Hi, my name's Cam, and this is my first ever video blog on AskMeI'mBipolar.com. The question I'm going to be answering today is, what is the difference between mania and hypomania? I want to start by looking at the word hypomania. Hypo is a Greek preposition that means under or beneath, so hypomania means under mania. So what that means is you have your regular sort of mood, then you might have your manic mood up here, and your hypomanic mood would be just below that. The main distinction between mania and hypomania is that full-blown mania can be really extreme. The symptoms can end up in hospitalisation, whereas with hypomania it's a lot more controlled. Typically it's type 2 bipolar that's most associated with hypomania, but I'm not an expert in classification. I have, however, seen an amazing video by someone called Katie Morton on YouTube. I think she's a therapist or a psychiatrist or something like that, but she describes it really clearly and with pictures. So I'll put that in the link for you to have a look at. Everybody has their regular good mood, but with hypomania, it's like a few levels above that. So, you feel really good, you want to go out more, you want to socialise more, you think faster, you talk faster, you move faster, you're more productive, you're more creative, you want to socialise, you've got a lot more energy, you sleep less, it's amazing, you feel so good. For me personally, I noticed that I become a lot more outgoing and a lot more sociable. I talk a lot faster, I move a lot faster. I've been called erratic before today. I can't keep my attention on any one thing, so I can't focus. And if I'm having a conversation with someone, I can really annoy them because my attention span will just flip from topic to topic to topic, and I'm like a magpie with a shiny object. If I see something, that's it, my attention's gone. So yeah, I do tend to annoy people quite a lot when I'm hypomanic. My closest friends have pointed out that I do get obsessive thoughts when I'm in a hypomania, but I'm self-aware, so I kind of know I'm obsessing. I definitely get more creative, and some of my best creative writing has been done in a hypomanic episode. I really enjoy my hypomania, most of it anyway. I enjoy it that much that it was probably the main thing that I was worried about when I went to the doctors and I was diagnosed with bipolar and they told me that I was going to have medication. I thought it was going to take away that amazing mood that I got in hypomania, and I didn't want that to happen. My medication's like a buffer at both ends, so even though I do get hypomania, I don't ever go into the realms of mania anymore, which is a very, very good thing. So in contrast, if I was to describe full-blown mania in one word, it would be frightening. With mania, it gets to the point where everything's just overwhelming. It's just too much. Your thoughts are going so fast that you can't pick any one thought out, which pretty much means you can't do anything. It's horrible. It goes past the point of feeling good to feeling really out of control, and you can get like really fantastical, unrealistic thoughts, like I think they call it grandiose thoughts, like you're chosen by God or aliens or whatever it is that you believe in. In my mania, I thought I was invincible. So I genuinely believe that I could jump out of a 10-story building and hit the floor, get up and brush myself off. Or I thought that I could get hit by a car on the motorway and bounce off like a superhero and stand up and look mildly irritated. Scientifically, I knew that wouldn't happen, so I understood the physics of impact. But there was always that voice in my head that was just like, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. It was scary, like really scary. I just want to clarify here that I've never actually heard any voices in my head other than my own, but it's not unheard of that people with severe mania can hear voices. Well, that's never happened to me. The other thing I did when I was manic was I spent thousands of pounds. I literally financially crippled myself, and I spent it all on, I have absolutely no idea. So that was quite a wake-up call for me, I suppose, afterwards. I do experience some of the same things in hypomania as I do in mania, but I think the main difference is take things like obsessive thoughts or disassociation. In hypomania, I'm kind of self-aware about it and I know I'm doing it and I can control it to some degree, whereas with mania, I had absolutely no idea what was going on, and it was about 100 times worse. It was destroying my life, literally, whereas with hypomania, I still have enough control to live and function properly. So in summary, the answer to the question, what's the difference between hypomania and mania? Hypomania is like a lesser version of mania. You're self-aware, you do function. Yes, it's going to be difficult, but you can get through it. Whereas mania, you lose your sense of self, you're not self-aware, you can cease to function completely, you can have unrealistic thoughts, you can make horrific choices and do things that are completely out of your own nature, and mania can lead to hospitalisation. So that is my answer to the question. I hope it helps. And if there's anything at all that I've talked about that you want to know more about, then ask me.